ऑडियंस खुश होनी चाहिए, मेरी मम्मी का रूल बनता है। आई थिंक अब वक्त आ गया कि जहाँ पे द प्रायोरिटी हैज टू बी गिवन टू फिल्म मेकर्स, डायरेक्टर्स एंड राइटर्स।
Oh yes.
I'm so lucky to work with.
और यामी मैरिड भी है। Your films are a reflection somewhere of your state of
Absolutely.
mind. Because camera is that it catches really everything. But Dada was very true to what he meant.
I'll tell you something. She is a terrific artist.
Yeah.
This is Aniruddha Roy Chaudhary with Yami Gautam.
And you're watching me on Bollywood Talk Show with IWM.
ये बटरी भी है, ये यमी है, ये चीज़ी है. I can add on adjectives all and all again and again and again because I'll never get tired. यामी गौतम इनका नाम है, लेकिन इनको काफ़ी लोग प्यार से यमी गौतम भी बोलते हैं because that is the kind of sweetness that she has. Even the smile right now says it all, doesn't it?
और यामी मैरिड भी है।
यामी मैरिड भी है, तो अगर आप लोग सोच रहे हो कि वो DMs में कुछ अगर होगा तो नहीं होगा, there is no chance. She is taken, she is happily taken, and God bless, she will be taken happily forever. इनके साथ यहाँ पे जो है, he is a legend according to me. Anybody from Kolkata who comes and makes the country proud, at an international level, I feel very proud because वो personal Bengal वाला bias रहता है. Aniruddha sir over here, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure. We're going to be talking about Lost today, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's done quite wonderfully across international platforms. A lot of screenings, etc. have happened. So चलो थोड़ा बात करते हैं and let's figure out what it is actually about. Sir, सबसे पहले I'll want to ask you. There's always been this perception about you, and a very correct perception, that when it comes to an Aniruddha Roy Chaudhary film, the portrayal of women is absolutely on spot. एक कोई event में मैं गया था, I don't remember it was happening. You were, I think, in a group of panelists which was entirely about women. I think you were the only man over there because you actually fit into the bill. So that is the kind of recognition that you actually get in terms of portrayal of women, and in the correct way. तो ये जो होता है, lot of other directors also do. Some become successful, some don't become successful because वो pseudo चीज दिख जाता है कि who is actually doing it and who is trying to portray it that way. But it's not been the case with you ever. ये जो natural respect है और ये जो natural, this is how I actually have to portray women, so that कोई negative bias ना आए. ये perception, how has it been inculcated in your personality since childhood, या क्या वो? I want to get to the history of it.
I studied in a Kuwait school and I was more friendly to my girlfriends than to my boyfriends. And true, it's really true. I have more woman friends or girlfriends or lady friends than boyfriends. So I don't know why, but
Charm, sir.
Charms, yes, with my 16 pack and but I love them. I love their stories and बहुत गप्पे करते हैं. In Bangla we have a lot of time.
Hashi Thatta
Golpo and Adda. And I don't know, even my friends' wives, they are very close to me. So I introduce others that this is, suppose Jita, her husband Rupnath. So there is, I don't give any effort, neither anybody gives. I move to them, I listen to their stories, and obviously I respect. I respect my mom, I respect my sister, I used to respect my girlfriends, I respect my wife. So ये जो सब लोग बोलते हैं ना, ये woman है और woman centric है, and she's we are same here. I need respect from.
There's no gender bias that way.
Yeah, वो मेरा दिमाग में नहीं है. I mean, it's not there right from beginning.
A lot of Bengali films bolo, but when we talk about Aniruddha Roy Chaudhary sir, I think the first film that resonates in terms of a huge pan-India audience is Pink. I think it was beautiful. मैं खुद तब I think college में था, and I think that was one of the first films that actually changed the perception कि नहीं, if a girl says no, and there was this very popular dialogue that if a girl says no, you actually have to understand the fact that it's a no. There's no maneuvering around it. Of course, these concepts were there, but it was not really popular at that point of time. He played a role in actually popularizing that for the younger generation, particularly, to actually stand against something which is not right. How have you perceived his films overall, jitna aapne dekha, and now that you have actually worked, in something like this, which is also a very strong character of a crime journalist. How have you actually seen the journey unfold in terms of getting to know him at a personal level compared to what you knew of Aniruddha Roy Chaudhary as a director who actually shows women the right way?
It's a very interesting observation. I must pay that compliment to you.
Thank you.
I'm not sure Dada ये हर बार होता है, but most of the times, especially I think when it comes to filmmakers, your films are a reflection somewhere of your state of mind. what you choose to make, because they are creators.
Yes.
We are executors. We execute. My job is to execute.
आइडिया उनके दिमाग से ही होता है.
वो आइडिया उनके दिमाग से, वो राइटर हैं, वो डायरेक्टर हैं, उनका काम है 360 डिग्री, you know, up down everything. He's universally emotionally there for everyone, for everything. So and after meeting Dada, after working with Dada, there was no iota of doubt left in me that why he made his first Hindi film as Pink. Why was that film so important for him? Because he is really that person. He is one of those few people I've known in my journey, and I can proudly say and very honestly tell you that there are very, very few directors or people. There are good people also in the industry, and Dada has to be on one of the best among them in terms of एक ह्यूमन वैल्यू होता है ना. हम सब यहाँ पे लगे हैं काम करने. वी ऑल वांट टू मेक फिल्म्स, वी ऑल वांट टू मेक गुड फिल्म्स, वी वांट टू मेक सक्सेसफुल फिल्म्स, बट आपका पर्सनली कैरेक्टर क्या है? आपकी are you someone who can inspire people around you? He has that quality with his goodness. It sounds very philosophical, और आजकल हमारे पास टाइम बहुत कम होता है ये चीजें सुनने का कि what do you mean good person? What do you mean good?
Don't go into the details.
I'm like, good is good. Good human is
वो
a
दिख
good
जाता है,
human
वो समझ
being.
में आ जाता है.
So kind of Yami.
No, I really mean it. And I was telling my team today also, because they were with me through the film, they all will tell you the same answer. It's just when I'm answering in front of the camera, they love you that. And they're all girls team. They are 2 guys also. They also love him. Everybody loves him. And that shows in the work. And that shows in the energy of the work. And because camera is that, it catches really everything. अगर आप ध्यान से देखो तो it catches everything, which is why some films remain. कुछ films successful बन जाती हैं, पर आप भूल जाएंगे उनको एक टाइम के बाद. कुछ films successful हैं क्योंकि वो इतना आप पे एक impact छोड़ती हैं कि वो कभी भी आप भूलेंगे नहीं. That's why that film remains so special, because he said this story with utmost honesty and no barrier. No gloss, no nothing. So same even in Lost, अगर हम किसी कोई स्क्रिप्ट आती है जिसमें यू नो या टोल कि अच्छा बहुत रियल दिखाना है, रियलिस्टिक है, सब कुछ है, यू नो वो रेफरेंस करेंगे फिल्म का, ऑल द बेस्ट ऑफ द फिल्म्स विल टेल यू. बट व्हेन इट कम्स डाउन टू शूटिंग तो इट डजंट come across that way, you know. But Dada was very true to what he meant. He said it has to be a very, you know, simple story है. और एक सिंपल गर्ल है. अब हमने ये वर्ड्स भी यूज करना बंद कर दिया कि स्ट्रॉन्ग गर्ल. गर्ल इज अ गर्ल, वर्किंग गर्ल, एम्बिशियस गर्ल, पैशनेट है अपने काम को लेकर, एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फील करती है. तो ऑल दीज थिंग्स, आई थिंक शी इज द मेल वर्जन समवेयर ऑफ दादा. आई थिंक विद मी पीपल आस्क ना, आप एज एन एक्ट्रेस क्या आपकी क्या रिजेम्बलेंस है आपके कैरेक्टर के साथ? ये मेल वर्जन है दादा का.
I'll tell you something. She is a terrific artist. I'm not talking about acting, artist. Her understanding of life moments and the understanding of resonance, kahan pe sur pakarna hai, kahan pe, it's tremendous. You know, time will prove that. I am nobody to say this, you know. And she's such a humble and beautiful human being. It shows on screen. When there is good people around, good means not unintelligent people. We are not, I mean, we know our jobs. Correct. We also negotiate, we also manipulate, everything we have to do. But inherently, I'm so lucky to work with her. You know, sometimes certain things happen, you can't make it happen. कभी कभी हो जाता है. You know, आपको एक टूर मिल जाता है, आपको एक ट्यून आ जाता है. You are playing a piano, something comes. You are reading a book, one particular line, tuck. आ जाता है. So the same way Yami has happened in our life, you know, in my life. And it's, I'll remember, what we can do, we have memories, and I will cherish this forever, you know. Wow. And I really missed after Lost, I felt very empty, you know. But you have to let go, you have to, the thing should happen. And what is our reward if people love it? And I know people will love it, because why I am convinced, I am telling you, there is not an iota of manipulation in this film. We were so honest. And Yami, Pia, Tushar, Pankaj ji, everybody gave their best. एक होता है ना, सब दे देता है पूरा. Correct. So I am lucky. I am very lucky.
At least you're lucky. Touch wood that Yami खो नहीं गई थी, lost नहीं हो गई थी, वो आ गई आपके पास जल्दी properly.
But lost होना चाहिए.
Lost होना
sometimes
चाहिए.
you should आपको खुद को पाने के लिए कभी-कभी
then फिर तब जाके lost 2 या कुछ और बनेगा ना हम दोनों के बीच में 100%.
But वो तो बनने ही, I mean होगा ही तो जरूर.
We definitely want you to collaborate again. But I can always say that after I see the film. उसके पहले मैं ज़्यादा नहीं बोलूँगा. But on a humanitarian level, seeing the kind of respect that you both have, it would be lovely to see you work together. But you shared a story about Dada. He's quite elder to me, but for a Bengali, everybody outside is a Dada. So on that respectful tone, I'll say an interesting story about him.
I'm
the event that I was.
I'm not that old. I'm very young.
Oh yeah. Dada तो मतलब मेरी favorite was let's rock and roll.
Let's rock and roll.
Let's rock and roll.
ये एक rock and roll वाला story मैं बताऊंगा because everybody knows about the filmmaker that he is, but I think everybody should know this side of the person as well. वो जिस event के बारे में मैं बोल रहा था where he was the only male panelist. I was there. I think I arrived, I think, when the panel was already happening, या फिर उसके पहले some other session was happening. He just entered the room. He was very happy. He had no qualms about where he was being given a place to seat वगैरह. He just came over there, said hi to everyone, and sat. उनको जहाँ पे दिखा बैठने के लिए, it was not like कि अरे मैं panelist हूँ, I should be given a specific seat वगैरह. No airs, nothing. A simple man coming inside. मतलब पीछे से शायद आप पहचानोगे भी नहीं कि it's actually a film director or someone like that. So that is the kind of simplicity जो देखा मैंने खुद देखा. It was not that he actively knew. Somebody I remember after that event, he will recollect as well. I think was some aspiring actor or something. उन्होंने दादा से उनका नंबर मांगा था कि दादा मैं ऑडिशन वगैरह दे सकता हूँ, मैं कुछ दिखाता हूँ. He was humble enough to connect with that person as well. वो सब मैंने देखा. आपको याद आ रहा है सर मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ?
I mean, it's one life here. You can't be.
So that is the kind of simplicity that he always has.
So there's no surprise on my face.
Yeah.
I mean, 100%. मतलब Dada, I've worked with him and the way I've seen him work. हम ऐसी गलियों में गए हैं, ऐसी जगहों पर गए हैं जहाँ पर it's nothing to do with are you shooting with just an actor या ऐसा कुछ है. Just out of respect, people were giving us chairs to sit inside their showrooms. उतने में दादा ने उसको ही rock and roll बना दिया. वहाँ से चाय आ रही है, वो जो आपका जो कुल्हड़ चाय.
भारत चाय.
Oh, that was मतलब मैंने कितने फोन किए हैं घर पे कि मम्मी
अच्छे 5 स्टार के चाय को
परफेक्ट चाय मिल गई. And मतलब वहीं पे सब बातें कर रहे हैं, खुश हो रहे हैं. We just because there was no place to sit us, we couldn't park our vanities. वहाँ पे वो दादा वो कौन सी जगह थी?
Bristol Street. No, that was Southern Street.
अच्छा.
Southern Street.
Southern Street.
Very like.
I think North में ना?
No, Central Calcutta. Beside Globe.
Okay.
तो वो भी अपने आप में एक मजा था. I don't think anyone complained or anyone had कि अरे यहाँ पे ये चाहिए वो कुछ नहीं है. अगर आपको पता है the captain of the ship has the ability which I was saying to take everyone together और आप सबको खुश रख सकें. खुश का मतलब है कि एक genuine एक niceness होना वो सबको समझ में आता है.
Actually.
फिर सबको समझ में आता है.
Then you follow as well.
Absolutely. So he can make anything rock and roll.
As far as Kolkata is concerned, you have a very old connection with Kolkata.
Absolutely.
We love that fact because मैं गया था वहाँ पे and I was so happy. Kalibari and everything, you and Ayushmann shot over there. So it's a beautiful city. It has always been very sweet and welcoming.
Actually, we have never shot in Kolkata.
You have not shot in Kolkata?
No, we've
so
not. So
this was the first time you actually went to Kolkata?
No, I'd been there for events, but Wikidona में कोलकाता में सिर्फ stock shots shoot हुए थे. हम रियल में कभी नहीं आए थे.
दिल्ली पे शूट किया था.
दिल्ली में शूट हुआ था. और आपको पता ओहो मैंने आज रिवील कर दिया फैक्ट. सॉरी. Let me make you feel that.
कोई बात नहीं. But
मैं कालीबाड़ी गई हूँ.
You have been there.
I've been there.
As far as Kolkata is concerned, it's a place very famous for mishti doi, sweets वगैरह and everything. तो ये सब अभी तो आपने कोलकाता में एक्टिवली शूट किया है. तो अभी ये सब आपने खाया, दादा ने खिलाया कि नहीं आपको?
मतलब मैं सोच रही हूँ किस नए तरीके से बताऊँ ये सारी कहानी. मतलब every day he made it a party. मतलब सड़क पे उनको सिर्फ बहाना चाहिए था. वेरी गुड शॉट, मंगाओ ये मंगाओ. अभी then we had
वो अंदर का फूडी भी जाग रहा था उनका.
हाँ मतलब we had a location shift also. तो उसमें 2 घंटे का गैप था. Come on, वो कैम्बो right? वो कैम्बो में
Park Street.
तो
let's go there, let's have jumbo prawn. ये and बहुत मजा किया. घर का भी खाना आ रहा है, बाहर से भी. Everybody was taken care of, pampered. तो ये छोटी चीजें हैं जो आपको यही वही बात जो कह रहे हैं दादा, they're memories, and it's not about just the food. It's just about keeping everyone together, keep it everyone feeling keeping them charged. Because shooting can obviously get hectic, especially a film like this where there's no set, there are no air conditioners. जुलाई के महीने में आप बारिश में ह्यूमिडिटी में कोलकाता में शूट कर रहे हैं, रियल लोकेशंस में शूट कर रहे हैं, मेट्रो में कर रहे हैं, यहाँ वहाँ कर रहे हैं, कोई जूनियर आर्टिस्ट नहीं, ऑल रियल क्राउड है, कोविड है, लोगों को डर भी है, सब कुछ है, but you're making everyone forget that and get them in your world. So that ability only a good filmmaker can do that. Otherwise, shout तो कोई भी कर सकता है to get everyone on track. You just have to shout, hey, come on, do this, do that. But वो उसमें मजा नहीं है. मजा इसमें है कि आपको फिर सिर्फ आपकी फिल्म से ही नहीं, आपने कैसा एक्सपीरियंस दिया है आपकी टीम को, वो शूट में जो जर्नी है वो आपको.
It's like anybody can be a commander, but it takes something to be a leader.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the point. You know, sir, मैं आपको ये चीज़ पूछना चाहूँगा. She has got this humongous, filmography. अगर मैं बात करूँ, my personal favorite, मैंने last time ही बोला था, is काबिल, which will always remain the case. She's done quite stuff, rom-com बोलो या कुछ भी बोलो, she's done quite a stuff. यहाँ पे your character demand, as far जितना मैंने trailer में समझा, I might be wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong, कि this needs to be a level-headed, strong girl who knows what she wants and how she has to actually achieve what she's looking forward to. Of course, she is there, but there are other actresses around as well. So what actually made you feel कि चलो Yami fits the character and the bill perfectly? Was it some of her past work that you had seen, or just the character nitty-gritties? क्या था which made you feel कि she perfectly fits the bill?
I'll tell you something. I think in the 80s, I watched a play in NSD called Lenin. It's by Prasanna Sir and acted by Irfan. So वहाँ पे Irfan had curly hair, and the first dialogue was, and I'll remember this forever. So the way Prasanna Sahab, portrayed life and philosophy, the first dialogue was, Lenin यहाँ पे नहीं है, Lenin यहाँ पे है. So the power is not here, the power is here. Power is here. Power is not in your arms. You can do a lot of things with roses. You don't need guns. She's extremely normal. She's very humble. She's sweet. She has she does everything which a normal human being does. A beautiful relationship with grandparents, with her grandpa, lovely relationship, love and hate relationship with her boyfriend. She is everything. Only thing, she has commitment. The problem is, I have to show my commitment. I have to be an activist. I have to be a strong man. I have to be a fighter. No. You are a normal human being. You look so sweet. You are so nice. You have your commitment. The way you are asking our questions, that you have done your homework and you want to do something good for the film.
Yes.
It's resonating, right? The same way, she's a very normal, ordinary woman. But her thoughts, soch, is extraordinary. And that is required in our country, in the world. Always, everybody is not extraordinary. Everybody doesn't have a six-pack. Everybody can't have guns in there and say, you have to do this. You have to love. So, Beatles ka song hai na, all you need is love. Yeah. If you love, you achieve everything. And it's her love towards her job. And through that job, she discovers a family. A person who is neither a husband to her, neither a boyfriend, neither a brother, just a human being. And she values human beings, which she values in her real life also. I know that. Yeah. And it's reflecting. And the script demands that also. So ये पूरा तो
एक साथ एक combination बन गया.
Combination means it was so easy. And with great acting, I'm telling you, see her performance. With performance, it doesn't look like it's superficial acting. It's just there. It's just there with the film. It's like a stream coming down from the mountains, going to the plains, and getting into the plateau and going down and here and again up. So it's flowing like a river.
Yeah, it's 16th को आ रहा है. मैं उसके first वाले weekend में देखूंगा. दोनों को मैं बड़े-बड़े लंबे-लंबे voice notes भेजूंगा.
Please भेजिए. If you like it,
yeah.
If you don't like it, also you send.
Detailed analysis sir, एकदम. So that आपको लगे कि हाँ ऐसे ही नहीं बोल रहे. ये सच में देखा है इसने. उसके बाद जाके बोल रहा है.
तो वो आंसर मैंने वो दिया जो बोलना चाहता था. That a normal woman, a next door woman, but कितना power है. The इधर का power. Us.
He's talking about इधर का power, Yami. When I think, I don't know, I mean, this was, I think, perception of a lot of people, you can tell, of course, better. your career started in a very interesting note. Everybody knows the fact you don't really have a background that way. आप मेहनत करके आगे आए हो. It was not an overnight success story, of course. So वो जो चीज़ overnight नहीं मिलता, you actually cherish that and you actually work harder on it so that वो चीज़ रहे. बीच में I think you particularly have acknowledged as well that there was perhaps a phase where you were doing the best that you possibly could. But perhaps the kind of roles or the characters that you wanted or the way you wanted to be shown was not happening. Now, compared to say someone who has got a lot of background or push from the industry members, it is a lot more difficult for someone who actually has to kind of prove with every film that she's still good, she's still out there amidst all the competition, So even if you don't take competition actively, it's still there. You have to recognize that fact. Wo time pe, because the title of the movie is Lost. So for any woman or any man in particular, it is very common to, kind of feel upset. I'm doing my best. But why are possibly the things that I want is not happening? Anybody can feel lost at that point of time. Did you have that phase as well? If you had, how did you overcome it? Because right now, touch wood, everything is going fine and I hope it continues to be that way. But wo phase jo beech mein aaya tha, how did you actually overcome that, if at all you had to overcome that?
The beauty of your question is that half of the answer you've given yourself. So
that is just me empathizing and understanding your part as well.
That's very sweet of you. No, though there's a very important line that you said at the beginning of your question, that you have to sustain here.
Yes.
The sustenance is the challenging part. Either you get success right in your first film, which happened with Vicky Donor, or you get it years later. But either ways, you have to go through that dip. You will have to go through that, जिसको आप फेस बोलते हैं, जो lost है, especially जब आप जैसे आपने कहा इस इंडस्ट्री से ना हो.
Yes.
और खासकर जब आपकी इस तरह की पर्सनालिटी हो जहाँ naturally you don't really a lot of things don't come naturally to you. And I'm a kind of person who, if I'm doing something which is being forced or which I've been asked to do, it'll come on my face. It's a very anti-marketing of how good an actor I am, but I'm a good actor. But I think off screen. Otherwise in life, as Dada said, he's rightly said it, I would like to just underline that I like to be very normal. I like to be very me. क्योंकि मैं उस स्कूल ऑफ थॉट से आती हूँ कि अगर आप अच्छा किसी ने काम किया तो किया है, उसको इतना बड़ा करने की क्या जरूरत है? आई एम सेइंग क्योंकि ऑडियंस को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
Absolutely.
And the people who are giving you work or who are supposed to give you work, your directors, your producers, they also know the truth. So what is it that someone is seeking, or what is it that someone is what are these perceptions? What are these stereotypes? Why this image? Why, if my performance of my first film, or anybody's first film, starting with such a substantial role, at that young age, which got so much love, I have to give it to my audience. I have to give it to a lot of people in the fraternity. Everybody praised, and yet everybody said the same thing. But there is something which was not there. So I think that something, that vacuum was just what comes to me, was my own personality, that I don't gel, network, I don't move around socially that often. I'm not good at this. And if it's a craft, then I don't have that craft or talent in me. Some people do it really well and you have to give it to them. But मैं as a person वो कर ही नहीं सकती कि वो भी चलो अगर एक दो बार गई होंगी या 4-5 बार, क्योंकि I was told, and I don't want to make it sound negative कि हर कोई इंडस्ट्री में ऐसा नहीं, कुछ बहुत अच्छे लोग भी हैं. I'm working with Dada, I'm working with such good producers and directors who are giving me now so much really good work.
Substantial work.
Absolutely. And even at that time with Kabil, as you said, and of course then Aditya and Amar with Uri and Bala respectively, and then things just worked once again for me. But उस फेस को संभालना बहुत easy नहीं था. मुश्किल था, challenging था, and I would give my credit to my family for being there with me all the time, literally in sickness and health, जो बोलते हैं कि आपको कोई बात नहीं आमी, आप वही करो आपको जो ठीक लगता है. Patience,
very important thing.
Patience. You look for those roles. I told myself I will look for those roles जहाँ पे कोई बात नहीं, छोटा है बड़ा है जो है, पर अच्छा कैरेक्टर है, कोई अच्छा डायरेक्टर है. अगर if somebody else is watching my performance will have that eye ना, एक सीन से पता चल सकता है किसी की पोटेंशियल, तो मुझे ऐसे लोगों के साथ काम करना है, तब कुछ मैजिक हो जाएगा. तो वही है बस, गेम बात सिर्फ सस्टेनेंस की है यहाँ पर। और जब अपने वैल्यूज पर आप सस्टेन करते हैं ना, व्हेन यू डोंट ओ एनीवन एनीथिंग, आई हैव अ लॉट ऑफ ग्रैटिट्यूड फॉर लॉट ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स एंड लॉट ऑफ पीपल फॉर गिविंग मी अपॉर्चुनिटीज, बट आई डोंट ओ एनीवन एनीथिंग। आई डोंट दिस, I owe it just to my family and to a lot of people out there, a lot of audiences also who were, I used to read their comments, you know, underrated and we want to see more of it. So it's very sweet of them to hold on and to, and जब मौका मिला to express that how good your work is, they all came together.
तब आप explode किए, तब आप फटे literally. That is what it is.
तो बहुत अच्छे लोग भी हैं यहाँ पर, ऐसी बात नहीं है, बट सिर्फ कई बार बस खुद के बनाए कुछ ऐसे notions होते हैं या एक culture है जो है, let it be there, but everyone can coexist. Somebody who's really out there and doing all the right things supposedly can be there. Someone like me can also be there. जहाँ पर मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, मेरा काम इतना strong हो, मेरा काम इतना अच्छा हो, मेरी फिल्में, मेरे डायरेक्टर्स इतना अच्छा काम मुझसे करवाएं कि मुझे कुछ भी ओवर बोलने की, ओवर प्रमोट करने की जरूरत ना पड़े।
You know, you mentioned this that both of the personalities can coexist, but क्या लगता है अगर किसी का अगर edge हो, somebody who's talented but not very talented but has great marketing skills, do you think that person is perhaps edging a little ahead of say someone who's got all the talent but is perhaps a little down and out, not very expressive that way? Do you feel sometimes people with better marketing skills, and I'm talking about directors, actors, everyone, you know, कि कोई ये इवेंट पे दिख जाना या यहाँ पे दिख जाना, spotted हो जाना and all that stuff, does sometimes that actually gives an edge to, you say, I think people from this industry?
I think it does, but right now जिस मोड़ पर हम खड़े हैं, हमारी हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री स्पेशली, हमें बहुत चीज़ें करेक्शन जो है उसकी एक ज़रूरत है, जो आई थिंक इसको एक्नॉलेज करना या एक्सेप्ट करना कोई बुरी बात नहीं है।
Yes.
दो मैंने जैसे कहा, हर कोई कोएग्जिस्ट कर सकता है, हर एक जॉनर की फिल्में बननी भी चाहिए, यू नो, हर एक की अपनी जो सो कॉल्ड एक ऑडियंस है, एक फैन बेस है, एक तरह का उनका भी एक एक्टिंग का स्ट्रेंथ है, किसी का किसी और चीज में बेटर है, बट आई थिंक अब वक्त आ गया कि जहाँ पे the priority has to be given to filmmakers, directors and writers.
Oh yes.
The producers have to take the punt on them, the stories, then comes the actors. It's not, और हम देख ही चुके हैं बॉक्स ऑफिस पे, फिल्मों पे या इवन OTT पे, कि अब ये नहीं रहा कि अच्छा यही नाम है तो आपकी फिल्म चलेगी, आपकी स्टोरी क्या है, आपने कैसा परफॉर्म किया। एटलीस्ट मैं उन फिल्मों की बात कर रही हूँ, यू नो, तो आपको हमें वो कास्ट, जब तक उस चीज में एक उसे बेहतर करना, क्राफ्ट को बेहतर करना, हमें बड़ा सोचना है, हमें बेहतर सोचना है, कि ये नहीं कि अच्छा इस तरह की फिल्में चल रही हैं, हमें कुछ नहीं पता क्या चल रहा है क्या नहीं, ऑडियंस को कुछ नया देखना है, इतना समझ में आ रहा है, चाहे वो नया विजुअल है, नया स्टोरी है, एक बजट क्या है, डजंट मैटर। हमने एक अवतार जैसी फिल्म भी देखी, हमने कांतारा जैसी फिल्म भी देखी है, you know, which is, दोनों के बजट्स में फर्क है, but both were so spectacularly different in stories, something new,
visual,
something new. It's not about making headlines with comparison, क्या नहीं, आप बस बात का एसेंस समझो कि ऑडियंस क्या कह रही है, ऑडियंस खुश होनी चाहिए, मेरी मम्मी का रूल मंत्र है, और अब वो वक्त है, जैसे मैंने कहा कि वो भी ठीक है अपनी जगह, पर जहाँ पे सब्सटेंस है और ऑडियंस भी एक साथ मिली है,
वो भी कहीं नहीं जा रहे, they are not getting lost, they are very much there,
they were very much there and they'll come with full force now.
You know, last question before I wrap up, दादा मैं आपको पूछूंगा, you know, she mentioned about the fact that people can be there at the same time, directors के लिए also, you know, I think it becomes quite a challenge. When Pink came out, you know, I think everybody was talking about that movie. I think कम से कम 1 या 2 साल तक तो उस मूवी को लेके बस था, of course actors को लेके भी buzz होगा. I think all the actors as well, you talk about Taapsee, you talk about Kirti, everybody grew as well from that movie. उस time पे आपको लेके भी of course there was a lot of buzz, but as a director, as a creative artist, do you feel that pressure at times कि नहीं यार चलो, do you actually I would say put importance or give emphasis to quantity कि नहीं चलो Pink आया है अगर 2016 में 17 या 18 तक मुझे कोई एक नया प्रोजेक्ट लाना ही पड़ेगा in order to actually be in the minds, and you know वो होता है ना out of sight out of mind. You might be the best person around, but अगर आप उतना दिखते नहीं हो, some people tend to forget, you know. So have you ever had that pressure ever कि you know यार चलो ये बना है, because जितना मैंने आपको देखा है, you know, I think my perspective is that you will wait for the film to be ready. वो चाहे 1 साल लगे, 2 साल लगे, 3 साल लगे, 4 साल लगे, उसके बाद तो बीच का वो आप कभी-कभी सोचते हो, she mentioned about the point कि vacuum. So वो जो vacuum in terms of presence, do you ever feel that?
I don't see life like that, and I don't look for very superficial pat on my shoulder. I need few people in my life who will love me. I don't need a lot of glamour and glitz. I'm not a person like that. I live I have a lot of vices. I love my parties. I love my association. But दो आदमी बैठ के गाना सुन रहे हो, that is much higher and bigger feeling and entertaining evening than entertainment than going to a party where there is a lot of people. So I normally, the vacuum is a very artistic vacuum. It's something different. We can't discuss it right now. It will require a lot of time. But वो मेरे को क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, लोग नहीं पहचान रहा है, मेरे को फिल्म नहीं आ रहा है, मेरे
Has that happened?
It doesn't occur to me. It doesn't. It's a process. In life, you don't get anything easily. Trust me. I have seen life. Nothing comes easy.
Especially to good people.
So you work on that. You work on that. You keep on. But if you go into a negative zone, क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? ये हो रहा है. मेरा वैक्यूम है. मेरा काम नहीं होगा. आपको दुख लगता है. आपका आनंद भी होता है. Everything. The world, the universe balances everything.
Correct.
When you are sailing, someday it's a bumpy flight. Someday it's a smooth flight. You know.
Correct.
आप सचिन तेंदुलकर 0 में भी आउट हो जाता है, 100 भी. So you have to take life like that. You can't be, every day can't be a sunny day. Then the sunny day का जो आनंद है वो तो मिस करेंगे. You don't know what is cloudy.
That is so true.
Very true.
That is so. That's
It's
life.
like if you don't experience sadness, you don't value happiness.
That's life. Because we've all been through this phase. और ये सब आपको experience से ही समझ में आता है. Confidence और ये सारी चीजें it comes with experience. You feel that's life. और ये सारी चीजें बहुत temporary हैं कि अच्छा so and so ये कर रहा है, आप क्या कर रही हैं. एक टाइम पे ये सब जो क्वेश्चंस पूछते थे तो मुझे बड़ी घबराहट होती थी कि मैं क्या कहूँगी. आई डोंट हैव वर्क. बट देन आई वाज लाइक नहीं यार, मैं किससे घबरा रही हूँ. क्या नहीं है, कुछ भी, कोई बात नहीं. इसके बाद जब बिल्कुल आप यहाँ आते हो तो उसके बाद ऊपर ही जाना है ना. होगा, वो अपने आप हो जाएगा. इफ यू आर टैलेंटेड, इफ यू होल्ड दैट ट्रू टैलेंट एंड इफ यू आर रेडी टू बी ओपन टू एब्जॉर्ब एंड लेट the flow also take you and you have some honesty in you, kuch magic, rest assured there is some high power there. That's what I think is looking out for you.
Absolutely. But now, because of my age, I used to take a lot of time, even during Bengali films, where I had the opportunity of making 4 films a year. Every day I used to get offers. I didn't do that. If you see my filmography, I have done 1 film every 2.5, 3 years.
Exactly why I said that.
So now, suddenly I am feeling, it's a feeling, it's not a dirt, that I have so many stories to tell. So I want to do a film a year. So, मेरा ये Lost अभी तक release नहीं हुआ. I have completed 1 film. This never happened. Everybody is asking me what has happened to you. But both these films were written 5 years back. So I want to make films, but there is no pressure. There is nobody saying with a gun, make a film or you will get lost. Get lost तो आप फिर वापस आ जाऊंगा.
आप उनको बोलो get lost.
फिर वापस आ जाऊंगा.
फिर वापस आ जाऊंगा. That's how the spirit should be. ऐसे ही होना चाहिए.
अब उनको बोल दो सर get lost. मैं lost जैसे बनाते रहूंगा, आप get lost.
वो नहीं बोलेंगे.
He's too sweet for that.
मैं आ गया वापस. अब दादा, by the way, as we talk, he's already completed another shooting of his another film. By the way, just to let you know, which दादा will talk about it later. तो जब वो जो creative space या creative लोग होते हैं, that's how it is. अच्छी चीजों को वैसे अगर आप वेस्ट में भी देखें, जितने भी अच्छे डायरेक्टर्स हैं, they've only made certain number of films because it takes time. अगर सिर्फ प्रोडक्शन वो करना है वो अलग बात है, but the good ones. और जब मन किया तो हाँ ready तो फटाफट ready.
Quality ahead of quantity always.
Always quality matters in everything. Another thing is there is no hurry. Only see, this is only one. I am telling you a little bit philosophically. One life. उसके बाद I don't know what will happen. Enjoy it full. I mean, enjoy it and be absolutely positive. और क्या चाहिए?
50s में हो अभी भी और 40-50 years जीना है. बहुत साल. आराम से बनाओ, फिल्म बनाओ, कोई जल्दी नहीं है. आराम से बनाओ.
40 is the new 30.
Absolutely. But guys, that was an interesting episode with Yami Gautam and Aniruddha Roy Chaudhary sir over here on the Bollywood Talk Show on IWMBuzz. The movie is coming out on 16th of February only on Z5. Please देखो, Lost हो जाओ, Lost देखने के चक्कर में, because 100% that deserves the attention. Good people of course deserve good things. तो थोड़ा प्यार दिखाओ दोनों को, especially इनको. ये मेरे लिए बहुत bias है मेरा उनके लिए. So please do that. And guys, that's a wrap. We'll see you again with another interesting episode very soon. This is your host Shubhoji. Thank you so much.